So in this video we will going to revise Maths 1 full portion at a glance. So the first chapter, as you know, linear equation with two variable. So it has three major parts. One is definition and the general form, which consists of definition. When degree of the equation is 1, then it is called as linear equation. And after that we have one variable and two variables. So in 10th standard we are doing with two variables. The standard form of that is given to us ax plus by plus c equals to 0. The second part is our method of solving. So we have two different methods of solving. One is graphical method, which you can see a picture of it. We have to draw two lines which are given on the same graph, and before that we need to find out the coordinates which are lying on those two equations, and then plotting, and then you get a common point. The second one is determinant method, which is also known as Cramer's rule. And if the two equations are given to us as a1x plus b1y equals to c and a2x plus b2y equals to c2, then we get d equals to a1 upon a2, a1, a2, b1, b2. Dx becomes c1, c2 and b1, b2. Dy becomes a1, a2, c1, c2. And hence we find x as dx upon d and y as dy upon y. We also find out in this, find the value of determinant given to us. I hope you all remember LD minus RD, length diagonal digits minus right diagonal digit. So the solution, you'll get it as x comma y. Now application of the simultaneous equation means the simultaneous equation are applied in a different part, and we have seen that application word problem. So example is given to you. The two numbers differ by 3. The sum of the twice of a smaller number and thrice the greater number is 19. Find the numbers. Such things can be solved in your practical life. For example, if the two cars are moving in the same direction with the different speed, after certain time they will meet. What was the condition, what was the speed, and all that all can be calculated. For example, if the one car is taking 1 liter of petrol to travel 12 kilometers, so the other car might be taking it 15 kilometer per liter. All this kind of application based sums comes in simultaneous equation, where we form two equations and get the answer. For the current sum, we will form a equation x minus y equals to 3 and 3x plus 2y equals to 19. We can simplify, so we'll get the value of x as 5 and y as 2. You can use any method, and therefore we can write down the greater number is 5 and the smaller number is 2. This is all you have in linear equation with two variables for this year. The next chapter is quadratic equation. So let us begin one by one. First we're going to define and standard form. Definition may we know that if any equation which can be converted in ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 form and a is not equals to 0, then we say it is a quadratic equation. Also we can say that when the degree of the given equation is 2, then it is called as quadratic equation. Only is the a should not be equals to 0. The coefficient of 2 index should not be 0. The standard form of the equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. And from here, you can find the value of a, b and c. Also, they may ask you to find out the value of b square minus 4ac. Clear? So, for that, they will be given to you different quadratic equation. They may ask you to convert them in a standard form and find the value of a, b and c. One more type of question comes in this, that is whether the given equation is a quadratic equation or not. And for that purpose, you need to convert them in ax square plus bx plus c form, then check whether the degree of that given equation is 2 or not, and a is not equals to 0. Clear? Let us go for the next part. Then we have roots. Roots means the value of variable which satisfies the given equation. Since we are talking about quadratic equation, so the value of a variable which satisfies the given quadratic equation is known as a root of it. How to solve it, how to write down, that pattern is given here in this block. So 2x square minus 7x plus 6 equals to 0 is a quadratic equation. Check whether x equals to 3 upon 2 are the solution or the root of the given quadratic equation. Putting the value x equals to 3 upon 2 in the left hand side of the given equation, we get, you can see the simplification, which is equals to right hand side at the end. Therefore, the last two statement what we must write, 3 upon 2, x equals to 3 upon 2 satisfies both the sides of the equation. Therefore, x equals to 3 upon 2 is the root of the given equation. Here, also it is useful to find out the value of any variable given in place of a or b or c when it is said that 3 upon 2 is a root of the given equation by substitution method. Let us go for the next part, method of solving again here. So we have many methods, but we are only dealing two methods in your 10th standard. One is factorization method, which you all have different method to do it. You can do splitting of middle term. Then you can also do it by product and sum method as I have given to you. You can follow all the rules and solve it. One more point you require in this factorization method is, that is, you call it as if AB equals to 0, then either A equals to 0 or B equals to 0. One more is there, splitting and all. Clear? Let us go for the formula method. Again, formula method, we have a formula that is x equals to minus b minus and plus into root of b square minus 4ac upon 2. I would like you to pay attention on your formula very well, because most of you all write wrongly in the exam. So be careful about it. So this is the formula we use to find out the solve the equation by formula method. Here we have a factor as b square minus 4ac, that is also known as determinant. So we will find out determinant as b square minus 4ac. Now the value of this will also define the nature of roots of the quadratic equation. So let us see that if b square minus 4ac equals to 0, then the root will be real and equal. Then if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, means positive, then the root will be real and unequal. And if it is b square minus 4ac is less than 0, means the value is negative. In that case, the root is not real, so we do not consider it. At the end, we have one more point. When the two roots are given of an equation, how to form the quadratic equation? The formula for that is x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta equals to 0, and where alpha and beta are the roots of the given equation. Okay, now the last one is application of quadratic equation. You can see the sum where we can use this application, and I have given you just one example. There are many more. Okay, so you can form the equation, simplify it, and you'll get the answer. I hope quadratic equation is also clear. Let us go for arithmetic progression. So it is divided in a 4 part. One is definition and the term. So we get in a given sequence, if the difference between the two consecutive term is constant, then it is called an AP, where T1, the first term, is also equals to A, and the common difference we find out by T2 minus T1, or we can say Tn plus 1 minus Tn. And we have some more terms. When it is given to you sum of the n terms, then Tn also will be equals to Sn minus S of n minus 1, and Tn also can be formed for writing out the different sequence as Tn minus 1 plus D. Next one, how to find out nth term of an given AP. So for that, we will have A plus n minus 1 into D. We'll use this formula and get it. Second one, if I want to find out sum of n terms of an AP, what we must do? We must use this formula. There are one more formula. Let us read this. Sn equals to n upon 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. And the next one is Sn equals to n upon 2a plus Tn. Clear? And then we have application based sum, and we can have a formula, that is sums given to you, and we can use any formula to solve it. Sometimes they use both the formula and sometimes they use single formula. Also one more point we need to know it, since we are doing application sum, so it should be easy to solve it. Therefore we must remember this part here also, a particular terms in an AP. So first one, when the three consecutive terms are given to us, we get a minus d, comma a plus d. Second one, four consecutive terms are given, then a minus 3d into a minus d into a plus d and a plus 3d. Five consecutive terms are a minus 2d, comma a minus d, comma a plus d, comma a plus 2d. And the sixth consecutive term, a minus 5d, a minus 3d, sorry, a minus d, a plus d, a plus 3d plus a plus 5d. The last chapter, probability, we have a random experiment, means whenever you play a guinea game, it should give you all the possible result which is known in advance, but you cannot predict what will be the next result. That is called as random experiment. Then outcome, all that random, during the random experiment, whatever the results are coming, that is called as outcome. Then we have sample space. Whatever the result comes in, outcome comes in a random space, that we write down in a sample space. All the possibilities that we write in a sample space. And from sample space we write down events. Events are nothing but a conditional statement. From the sample space we particular condition we apply, and from there that we choose. Clear? And then we have probability of the event, which is nothing but probability of an event equals to number of a sample point in an event upon the number of the sample point in a sample space. Clear? Then we have probability of any event will be lying between 0 to 1, or 0 is less than equals to probability of A is less than equals to 1, means the probability can be 0 also and it can be 1 also. Clear? I hope it is clear for you all and you might have understood. It is only just revision.